What's up, everybody? My name is Claire, and today I want to share with you guys how I got started in real estate investing. I also want to share with you guys how I got started with my first property deal 5 years ago. So hit that like button and we'll get started. So real quick, a little bit about myself. I actually went business to business selling makeup out of the trunk of my car for a year and a half. And I love that business. And the reason why is it taught me about my attitude, it taught me about my mentality and how to become a business owner and how business people think. It also taught me a lot about what I'm capable of doing. And that's really why I really recommend a sales position. If you guys have the opportunity to ever do sales, I definitely recommend it. People who go business to business know that you work 6 to 7 days a week, and you work nonstop. But I am forever grateful for that business, like I said, because it showed me work ethic. It showed me what I need to do in order to become a successful business owner. And so from there, I actually quit the business and I was like, I want to do real estate. I want to do real estate investing because I heard it all over YouTube, podcasts. I invested with none of my own money and none of my own credit. And I was like, okay, is that possible? Because I have no money. And I did have credit at the time. My credit was was in a really good spot. But I wanted to do it with none of my own money or credit because I wanted to see if it was possible so I can show other people how to do it as well. So when I went and I found YouTube and podcasts, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I get the gist of it and I understand it, but I really don't really understand it. And so that's when I actually signed up for a 3-day boot camp. And with the 3-day boot camp, we call them gurus. They come into town and they sell you a product and something that I couldn't afford. It wasn't in my piggy bank stashed away. My little coins didn't add up, so I didn't have it. And from there, I was like, okay, let me go to different RIA meetings to see if it's something that, maybe there's something else out there. Maybe I can find somebody or something, or education-wise, what can I find? And so when I went to the local RIA meetings, I went to a couple different ones. I dragged my father to one of them. Love him to pieces. And so then also I went and I found actually a community that I really liked. And 4 months into me finding a community, I had an investor call me. He was always on stage. I got to see his properties in real life. I could see that he was a real person. He lived in my same area and I was able to have conversation with him. So he called me 4 months into me getting started. He said, hey, I have this opportunity that I would love to mentor you through this deal. And I was like, me? You want to mentor me through this deal? I'm like, of course. What do I have to do? And so he's like, this can go one of two ways. And I was like, okay. And he says, you can either raise the money. I have a property under contract, and you can either raise the money. I have the initial down payment, but the $10,000 would go towards construction, or I just mentor you through the process, and it's not a big deal. We can just, it's a win-win situation essentially for me. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Let me call somebody and I'll get right back to you. And so naturally I called my father and I was like, first of all, super excited. Like, I don't think he's probably ever seen me that excited. And then second of all, I was like, hey, but he has this amazing opportunity and you should just hear him out. We should set up a meeting. He's asking for $10,000 and you can see his credibility and everything. You should meet with him. And so he did. Now, pause. I want to just say this. I know not everyone has an amazing father like myself. I know. I am extremely grateful. There's no words to describe how grateful I am for my father. And I know that you're saying, well, I don't have a father to go get $10,000. Like Donald Trump, I got a small loan of $1 million, right? But that's not what it's about. It's about, if my father said no, I would have gone to the next person and I would have found the money, because that they could see the drive in me. They could see that I wanted it and that I was willing to do whatever it takes, backed by somebody who was credible. So if it wasn't for my father, I would have just kept going. Nobody was gonna stop me. Nobody could tell me. I had people say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't. I had everything, guys. I've heard it all at this point. So at this point, my dad sat down with him. He did say yes. And that money went to the construction. And so going through the whole process of this flip, it was a mobile home. So he put an initial payment down with the seller, and then the seller carried back the rest until the seller went to go put it on the market. Not the seller, but the investor went to go put it on the market. And then at that point, the seller got paid all of the money. My dad got the $10,000 back, and the investor made a profit. I personally did not make any money on that transaction. The only time I made money was that I did a referral from the broker. The broker gave me a little bit of money because I had because I referred the property to him. Now I will say this: I was in the process of getting my real estate license at the time as well. And when that was going on, I did, for about a year, I was an active agent, and then I am no longer currently active. I still do hold a license, but I am not with a broker. And so from there, I decided, okay, I did some listings, I did a buyer, and I was like, okay, that's enough for me. I want to do real estate full force. I want to do this business, and I want to take it seriously. So in the meantime of me doing real estate agent work, I did do some flips. I did do maybe 1 or 2 wholesales. And I was like, this is something I want to do. So I was like, I got to put the agent stuff aside and just be in this business. And I actually had a conversation with one of my fellow peers, and he was like, hey, are you trying to be an agent or are you trying to be an investor? And I was like, okay, I really just got to take the leap of faith and know what I was capable of doing. And you should have those people in your circle who really push you. And if you don't have those people, you're in the wrong circle. Okay, so you got to cut those people out. Just cut them out. Block. Okay, so then from there, I just did a whole bunch of flips. I did wholesale, rentals, and so that's why I wanted to create this YouTube video, because I want to help you guys. I want to show you guys that it is possible. It does take work, but it is definitely possible, and I'm living proof because I've never used my own money and I've never used my own credit in any of the properties I've done. Now I will say this is all from my own personal experience, okay? This is everything that I've been through that I wish somebody said, hey, don't do that or do this or whatnot. And so I do have a link in the description. It's not a website at all. It's number one, you can email me at any point. And number two, I do have a private Facebook group you guys can join, and we can talk and have conversation on there. And then also, if you guys hit the like button and smash that subscribe button, you'll see a lot more videos from me in the upcoming weeks. I am going to be posting 3 times a week around 3:30. That is the time that I want to do it. So I am on the West Coast. So if you guys are on the East Coast, that is a 3-hour difference. But thank you guys so much for coming and showing your support. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye now.